All right, Roundabout by Yes, Steve Howe on guitar. We have some harmonics here, 12th fret, bottom 3 strings. And this little riff here is 7, and then a hammer-on pull-off, 5 to 7, and then pull-off to the 3. 7 on the B, back to that little 5. Now we're gonna do the bass note harmonic, and then the chord. Same type of riff, end on that 7 on the B, and then so we have 4, 5, 7 on the G, kind of double hammer on. Same on the D, 3rd fret of the 5th string, C note, back to the bass. And then these hold out a long time. Get the 7, 5, back to 7. And then we're gonna have to finger pick this. We're gonna go to a D chord. Okay, and then we're into the groove. So that was D bass note with little 2, and then 3 here on the bottom. Do a double pull off, 3, 2 open, the 3 on the 2nd. Now we're gonna have C bass with little E, 3, 1, 0 on the B, and then 2 and 3. 3 goes to open on the B, and then A minor. We got the A bass with that 1 to 2, and then G. Got 2nd string to 3rd string, opens with that G bass. And then 2 on the E and 2 on the G. So we're starting on the C here. We're gonna have, and this is like a G with a B bass. A minor, G, F sharp minor. Okay, then we're into a little groove that's gonna have some harmonics. Okay, so that's like the little 2 on the harmonics on the 12th, and then 7s on the next set, and then 5s on the next set. So these are the middle strings now. So it's, and then here we have a couple extras. Okay, so and then there's a riff that comes in. So that's pull off on the D, 2 pull offs on the A, pull off 3 to open on the E. Now it could just be like, you're going to make it a little simpler. Up to you. Then we have the harmonics, and it kind of has extras the second time. Then these harmonics are going to take us into the next change. Now we get into this thing where we have an A bass. So the A bass kind of pedals with these chords. The chords are 7, 5, 8, 9, 7, 10, 10, 9, 12. Okay, then we get into a B minor. We really don't need the bottom string there, the small string. A bass with that. G bass with that, with the thumb maybe. And then we have this chord here. So that's a G bass and then a 3, 0, 1, 3 on the bottom 4. Okay, so we got. Okay, then we get into like a groove off this E minor. Okay, so we have the E minor, and then we have the top of an F sharp minor, and the top of a G. So that's 4, 2, 2, 2, 5, 4, 3, 3. So we got. So that's a B minor with a little E open. Okay, so we got. Now we can keep going with that same rhythm, or you can kind of switch this up to making the F sharp minor 4, 4, 2 open, open, and the G 5, 5, 4 open, open. So we got. Okay, so that's your next groove. E minor, and a type of F sharp minor to the G and back. So we got, this is like the verse. Now the third time, you jump ahead to that. And then there's a variation that you could do here. That'd be a F major 7, 3, 2, 1 open on the bottom with a G bass. So you can decide which one you think is better. That one, or they probably switch it up every now and again. Okay, and this thing has a little extra 2-beat phrase on the B flat. So we have a G. I'm doing the thumb bass. You don't really have to do that, but you got 5, 4, 3 down here from the D to B. And that's the 5, 5, 5, same strings. That's a C chord. This is part of an F, 7, 5, 6. So we got. Once you hit that F, go to this B flat. That's a 6 up here with an 8, 7, 6. Like I say, you don't need to do that thumb bass if it's hard. So we got. Okay, so that's a great and kind of difficult groove to try to work on. Then when we finish that, we're going to kind of have a E bass, 7, 9 on the G, 7, 8 on the B. So it's like. Okay, then we're back into the groove. And we're gonna do that B minor again with the little E on top, open. Kind of sets up a new verse. So then we have the verse. We got that. Now coming out of that thing, we're gonna have 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, just like we had in the intro. 2 C notes, 1 B note on that second fret. So we got. Then we're gonna have A bass, G bass, F sharp bass, and then we're back to the groove. So we got. That thing. And then we settle into this one again. And that gets into the. Now we're gonna have this riff again. We have a new thing. Okay, so that's E, F sharp, G to A. So O, 2, 3, open, and then kind of a quick hammer on. So that's like B, A, G, A, G to F sharp, and then a quick one there. Okay, a 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, so let's take a quick review of everything we got. D finger picking. Then we got the harmonics. Okay, then we have our groove in E minor. Sets up the verse. Okay, G groove is B flat. And then you have like a, then you're back into your groove. B minor. Sets up another verse, right? Then we have our back of the groove. And then the next time you have that. Okay, I'm going to do another lesson very soon. I'm going to go to the electric, and we're going to talk about some of those extra riffs that happen and the solos and stuff like that. So hope you all dug this. I love Steve Howe, man. He's one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Yes, fantastic band. Roundabout. Talk to you all soon.